Oh,
Okay, so what we say, Kupnon, someone Kupnon, Sip Hey, where we going to? Sip
Sivav,
Vav.
Sivav, through Yud Gimel.
Okay, I'm gonna try and do this subject in a public place and try to do this a little quiet so nobody overhears me. Okay, so Bayish Yesh Sefer Torah, a house that has a Sefer Torah. Also L'Sham L'Sham, it's you're not allowed to have relations there. Now the Torah Sheyotzi L'Cheder Acha, you need to take it to another room. So here it's interesting because Bayish sounds like if you go initially, it sounds like if it's in the house. Right? But then he switches to rooms. So a room is considered like a house, right? Um, Meaning, so you have to have it out of that room. Shadows, what about in a closet? So I'm not sure about a closet. A closet in the Torah is a different room with closed doors. The male cheder after yasal fun mechitza gavaya sar tzafim making mechitza 10 high. So in mechitza stuma, it has to be like a closed mechitza shelo yira a sefer Torah so you can't see it. Meaning, we can't have like little openings in there. The area shasava ramita loy chashuva mechitza. So on a urea, how do you call it? Curtain that's around the bed, that's not considered machitza. I mean, some back then they had beds with machitzas around it. Even chinija, right? Which is an interesting word. Not that really, it's moving, right? LM can't kasher us in the mouth unless you tie it on the bottom. Sort of like the same thing with the sukkah to have the walls. The walls can't be flapping in the room. But it's filling a promotion. Ishar Kiska Kodesh and Tefillin and Commercial and other Kiska Kodesh, the Gemara, the Joshua, and Fashem, Benchim, the Psa, Benchim, the Tzvus, whether they're actually written, like the Sefer Torah, or whether it's printed, Yachal Amika, the Kli, type Kli, you're allowed to put it with a Kli into another Kli, and then it's fine. The Dafka Kisha Kli Hashemi, I know you've had this one, the Dafka, when it's Kli Sheni, is not miyufah, meaning that second Kli that you're using is not something that it's always kept in. When you're covering them, the kelim that we normally used to them, I feel him sorry, even if there's 10, kulam kachat tashivi, they're all considered like one. Meaning, if you have a mezuzah case and it's normally in two cases, and then the mezuzah is inside the room, so then that two cases doesn't work. You need to have an extra case that's not normally found in. And if you spread out any sort of cover on top of the bookshelf or something like that, Pasha Kli, the Kli, that's considered a Kli, the Kli. Depending on the Zizah, depending on the Zizah. Mi Kavua B'fnim, a feather, if it's Kavua inside the feather, treatment of the Hasois of a Shnei Kisulim, you have to cover with two Kisulim to take Kli, type Kli, so that's a Kli, the type Kli. The Hashem, Yehei Gamkin, and they shame Hashem's name outside of it. It says Shakai, outside the Mezuzah, it also has to be covered. Pieces focus lemahani and a glass cover doesn't help. It's all shaloya because it needs you have to make sure it can't be seen. Nine, you shouldn't be too much with your wife. I know only in the proper time. She tried on the time that you tried to be with her. To sit by Nasa Liga. I know she might be in having going to find a sauce on the kind of the Rebbe for any part in us. Healthy people and when they're going on is they have gashmi or whatever, they're taken care of physically, right? And they don't pay taxes, right? Because meaning they're basically they're taken care of, right? I know some of whole life, then they're makuyev, since they're taken care of, then their aina is every night. But people, workers that work in their city, I know some based on it, then they have to be with their wives twice a week. If he's a traveler, I know some pamakas b'shur, then the proper time is once a week. And a seifim sheyotzim with foreign and businessmen that go out to towns and Kamoirim, the Harvey Tua, Limka, with their animals to go bring grain. But think Yotzim and Nasan Pamafas b'shur, they also have once a week. And those that bring bundles on the camels from a distance. I know some Pamafas persuasion, the Aina is once every 30 days. When us Tamid of Famim, Milal Shabbos, the Aina to the Famim is finished. Shabbos. Start with down to and you have to be with your wife, even when she's pregnant and when she's nursing, meaning when she can't get pregnant. Still, you have to be with her. Meaning, there's no full rule, but there's still mitzvah runner. Below you vatal and nasa elami daita to shima pelas way, and you can't be mevatel the aima unless it's from her das and she's michael. With fatim, it's tirvia, and you also be mekayim tirvia already. Otherwise, you have no excuse not to be together. So right now, I know with Sarah, and if you're not together with her, in order to close the Sarah, either belaisasa, you're either on a laisasa, shanema by nasa leyigra, even though that's said by Avadim, but that's what we put it to. We put it to all women that you have a connection with. Best. Tell Adam, Sarah lifka desishta below tvilasa. Every person will please to be with his wife. Mikvanite. On the night before he leaves, unless he's going to Tar Mitzvah. And anytime a person sees his wife wants him, when we're not so sorry, and she's trying to make herself pleasing to him, and she's dressing herself up, in order that he should be thinking about her, then he is tired to be with her. I feel even if it's not at the proper time, and then they will have good kids. But if she asks for intimacy straight out, that's considered chutzpah, then she's like a zaina, and it is also to be mekayah her. Right? So okay, that's the question, is exactly how that applies nowadays. Next. Even when he's together with his wife, he should not have kavanah for his own hana. So he should be like a person who pays back the price that he's chayiv, meaning he owes something to his wife. So the kind mitzvah pyra, and to be mekayim the mitzvah Hashem sheyu lebanim ma'iskim b'tayra mekayim mitzvah be Yisrael. So he should have kids that are isaac b'tayra mekayim mitzvah. If he has takana for a tikkun havlad over a family down shleisha kadosh in the first 3 months of pregnancy, tashish kosher leisha kosher levad. Tashish is difficult to a woman, difficult for the kid. And seeing kosher leisha v'yafel levad. The middle, it's difficult for the isha and good for the blood. Afrainim yafel leisha v'yafel levad. And the others, it's yafel leisha v'yafel levad. Should be type kaf v'yetzim v'lubin v'mazuras. Then it's shopper dummy, then that's good. Then if you have that kavanah, then that's also good. Today, and if he has kavanah but the reason why he's together with his wife is because otherwise he'll have desire for other people. Because he sees that his Yetzirah is overpowering him. That also gets found for. It's better that he should push off his Yetzirah and conquer it. There's a small aver in a person that if you starve it, then you get satisfied. And if you're satisfied, then it gets more hungry. That's why all these people that ask all these questions, that they want to be together and they want to be together. I mean, it's ain't over safe, and it's never satisfied. So you have to. It's a constant battle. But somebody who doesn't really feel he needs it, but he just wants to get himself turned on, still he access the Yetzirah, then that's the Eitzah of the Yetzirah. If it's easy for somebody, you shouldn't be at the beginning of the night and not at the end, only in the middle. He should not touch the aver even the tzaros even until he washes his hands. The Hainu Gimel from the Serugim 3 times the Serugim. You're not allowed to sleep together in the streets and in the whatever, in the gardens. Only in the base deal it shouldn't be like there is loose. Good base, because if there's a starvation, if there's a hunger, and the price of wheat doubled, so even though he has grain in his house, also the shamish, so that's a big one there. If there's another tzara, this is what everybody was asking during Corona, if they could be together with their wives. And the Kitzur, it's mashal, maybe even tonight, I don't know, with the bombing Iran, Klaisol's nervous at the minimum. So also the shamash mutasakim belel tvilasa, then you're not allowed to have Tasha Shemitah unless it's Valspila, but and for somebody who's missing a kid, meaning doesn't have kids, uh, uh, hold on. Yeah, what are we going up to? What Sif? I think we got to go back to it anyway. So give me. Lo Yishamish in Ishtay elevated Tzona. You should not be together with your wife only with Tzona or with Shoina with Tzona. But when she doesn't want Lo Yishamish, you shouldn't be together with her. Because she came to us the answer, and of course you're not allowed to force her. Can't Lo Yishamish she's familiar. You can't be together when she hates him, or she's son-in-law, or when he's hated by her. The Amrulay, like love. And she tells him, I don't need you. Even though she's master the Tashmish, if he doesn't like her and she doesn't like him, then you have a problem. Can't don't believe in the Garsha, but he ain't a Yodas. And if it's in his heart to divorce her and she doesn't know that, even though she's not hated by him, meaning let's say halachically he has to divorce her. Also, L'Shamashima, you're not allowed to be together. Right? Meaning as long as there's divorce being that's what they're deciding, so then it's out. Gamla Yishamashim, because she's Shana Mamish, she's not allowed to be together with her when she's Mamish actually sleeping. When she's like quasi sleeping, that's mutter. Gamla Yishamash, she's shipper, you can't be together when they're drunk, or he's shapula, or she's drunk. Yudal, now of course nowadays they ask about marijuana. Yudal of Sinai, also Lashamish, a guest is not allowed to have Tasha Shamrita, and Yipud Loyal Lish, they buy some Yipud. But if they have their own
We stop after
bias,
your Gimel.
well, I asked you 2 minutes ago, and you told me you didn't answer.
I know
So,
because I lost service. I lost service.
All right.
So,
okay, you give me that's it.
Yeah.
All right. So okay, fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry for being so late. Everybody should have a fun night.
I'm not the host anymore. Someone has to stop
Really?
the recording because I lost service.
What's Sean doing?
Ringo, you're the host. Could you stop the recording?
We don't have to. We can just log off and finish.
Okay.
All right.
Sure. Thank you.
Okay. Have a good night.
How did I become host?
I lost service.
David,
Stop the recording. I'll explain.
David, you always wanted to make it big time, David. Now you made it.
Ooh, I'm so happy now. I'm thrilled.
Yes, you are the host.
You made my
yes.
night.
Okay, stop the recording. It just gets posted.
All right. The OU will have to tolerate it. That's all. All right. All right. Zagadant.
Bye.
Never a dull moment.